Let's get everyone to roll a d20, and we'll see who's doing the recap.
Oh, Christ. It's going to be me again. It's not me.
Oh,
No,
hey,
I can't remember what happened.
Hey, I've done the last two in a row. Come on. Someone else
This
has
is
done.
true. All right,
I can't
Dixie,
remember what
think about last week.
happened.
Take it away.
To be honest, I can't remember what happened.
Well, you can work backwards from the long rest you guys just took that didn't quite heal you up fully.
Let's see.
Yeah. Didn't Smash get eaten by the big bogey monster?
But I think Smash remembers was drinking a potion.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
After that, it's complete blur.
So,
character.
what was that?
That is very in character.
It is, yeah.
It kind of is, yeah. So, the reason you were drinking a potion as your last thing was because you had been eaten by a frog creature that had been attracted by the camp, to the camp by the sound of gunshots. It was sneaking around. Vin on watch was like tailing it and managed to stick it with an arrow like moments before it got a horse. Got the horse, as you guys have one as a party. The horse bolted. Asena jumped and grabbed because she's responsible for the horse, and went charging off into the woods. Big fight ensued. You guys actually did pretty well against it, and although Smash, while drawing its attention, did manage to get eaten, and I think went berserk inside the creature.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. Luckily, had passed out by the time you got cut out, so you weren't swinging your axe at the party as you came out. But
I
think
do know
that's
what remembered once I became sober. I'd fallen down a hole.
had fallen down a hole. So yeah, you had taken a potion, become intoxicated because it was a gone-off healing potion, and decided that you wanted to help Vin scout, despite the rest of the party not seeming to not believe in you and not believe in your abilities. So you went off scouting and got lost, and you fell down a hole into some sort of ancient ruins where you encountered the red fog again. Managed to climb your way out before it got to you.
First time for Smash.
First time for Smash, that's true. Although on describing it to the rest of the party, they did seem to know what you meant. Seemed to know what that was about. And remember anything before that?
Things that I can remember. We come to the conclusion that Smash's weapon is cursed, as he seems to be unable to drop it and leave it alone. So as far as it goes, whenever we're traveling, everyone's trying to keep, from what we're assuming is a safe distance from him. We do have a couple of body parts from one of the wraiths that we killed. I believe Rotram has been tinkering with the hands to try and make something.
Yep.
And Senna's got one of the heads and is sort of trying to investigate what it is.
Yep.
But until she gets back to the city, I don't think she's going to have much luck with that. We did set up camp in the evening to do the rests. Vin and Mithrin were doing some dueling and / sparring to try and increase, I don't know, combat proficiency or see what he's like.
Yeah.
Other than that, then it's sort of Smash turning up and everything you described. I believe Mithrin, during the battle, decided to leg it and try and hide, throwing his makeshift stick weapon behind him because he's a coward.
Yes, he did.
I mean, it's a stick. What's it gonna do?
It could
cause well.
In that scenario, I think Mithrin did the right idea.
He could have stuck it to him.
He could have given splinters.
It's true.
Yeah,
Could have
well,
done any of these things. He is a coward.
Splinter in a swamp. I mean, that could get infected.
Yeah.
I believe Smash was revived by Rotram and Vin,
Uh-huh.
and it took a while, but Senna finally gained control of her horse after it bolted and was able to return to camp.
Sounds about right.
And I believe we were sometime around 6/7 in the morning at this point.
Yeah, so you guys had sort of like sporadically rested.
It was about 5 a.m. I think that the encounter happened. So I think we had
It was
you
said,
guys
it said the
sitting down.
encounter started at 5:30,
Yeah.
and you guys spent however long it was to revive Smash and cut him out, and just
Couple of minutes.
run after a bolting horse on foot.
Yeah, it doesn't take 2 hours.
I think you will probably have been.
Time.
I think you'll have probably been going sort of back to sleep to finish off the rest at somewhere between 5:30 and 6. It doesn't really matter.
With Vin on watch.
Yes. But you did complete your short rests last time. You didn't get all the bonuses of it because of all the disturbances in the night.
I
and
did.
Some failed rolls. Yeah, okay, you did. But everyone else has a point of exhaustion. So it's a little groggy in the morning. But everyone's like doing well on their health. No one's, bleeding out or anything. So could be
Before we set
worse.
off from camp, I think I'm gonna recast the spell of find, or is it summon familiar, or is it find familiar?
Familiar.
Find familiar.
Ah.
And I think I'm gonna have to use a new regent because it's been 2 days and I forgot to revive Jack a long time ago.
Yes.
Has it been 2 days?
I completely forgot about the snake. So I'm gonna
You've just
use
been carrying around a snake corpse this whole time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna use the purple feather for the spell, I think.
Didn't Jack die on the 31st?
No, I don't know. No, he wasn't. He died
I
like
think
2 fights ago.
Yeah, but the raid fight was in the day, and the Froghemoth fight was that night's long rest.
I don't think it was.
We went from the raid fight to where we set up party camp, and we had the Froghemoth fight. That is the journey.
That is fair. How many hours would that have been though?
Probably 24.
By this point. Yeah. Over 12, right? I'm going to assume.
Yeah, because I mean, the long rest is what, 8 hours? Or
Yeah,
6
and it was at least
hours.
4 hours. Yeah. So you guys are traveling. So yeah, you will have to cast it with new regions, I'm afraid.
Cool.
There we go.
I'll use the feathers of that poor bird that got exploded.
Oh yeah,
some time ago.
So the bird that you just blew up on top of the tower. I remember that.
Superb.
All right then. Do you have the incense you need for that spell?
I have no idea. Let's have a look.
I know it's got material components. I can't remember what they are.
Yeah, charcoal, incense, and herbs.
Interesting. You might need to get hold of those from somewhere.
Well, charcoal's easy enough. Herbs is pretty easy enough. I mean, we're in the swamp. We'll probably find that. The incense could be a little bit of a problem.
Quite possibly.
Out of curiosity, what is incense in this game?
I don't know, but I was just going to go to one of the churches and grab some from one of their, swinging
That would do.
weird
It
things.
is basically it's the smelly thing you burn.
I'm just going to steal some from a church. That's my plan.
Very moral, much good. Lovely, lovely party who aren't murder hobos. To be fair, you're not killing anyone at the church, so it is at least a step up.
not casting at the moment then.
No,
Yeah,
I
I
think
can't
you're
cast that at
gonna
the moment.
cast it when you
Okay.
get incense.
But
Charcoal's easy enough to get, and the herbs we could probably pick up somewhere in the swamp.
I mean, yeah, I think you'll have figured out which herbs you need for the thing. So I'll probably either get used to a survival check or you can buy them from somewhere.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's the incense that's the tricky bit.
Can it not be an investigation check?
What do you mean? Oh, what, to
For the
find
herbs.
herbs? Nah, it'd be survival.
Damn it! But I got
Well, I suppose you
investigation for that reason.
Fair enough. You could do wisdom investigation if you want.
Okay.
I was going to say, could I help him find herbs?
You're...
Being an artificer, I'd know what herbs.
That's a very good point. Yeah, I'll get whichever one of you has the higher wisdom investigation to roll for. Actually, I'll just get you both to roll for it. It's fine.
If I do wisdom investigation, I believe it's +6 for me
Holy shit. Cool.
because I have expertise. So my wisdom is nothing, but I have expertise in investigation.
Nice. Well, I'll get you both to roll it then.
silly question.
Yeah.
If we were to burn a bit of the Froghemoth corpse, would that count as incense? Because let's face it, that's going to be smelly.
You give it a go. Between the two of you, by the way, you do manage to get hold of the correct herbs. There's a couple of things that Rotram, being from the swamps, knows where to find.
That's
knows
cool.
what rocks to turn over, etc. So yeah, you've got herbs. I think you can get charcoal from the fire. You can clear that up in the morning.
Exactly. That's what I was
So-
thinking. Charcoal should be quite easy to obtain.
As you're looking for these ingredients, and Asena suggests burning part of the Froghemoth because it will be smelly. What would you like to do?
I think I'll wait till I get the proper incense.
It's entirely up to you.
You don't want to do that. All we have to do is dry up some herbs and crush it into a powder and then burn it.
Once again, I think I'm going to use the proper incense. I want to steal from the church. Let me
Fair
have
enough.
this, please.
Do that. Okay, so
And it's even better because I'm going to steal the church with a mage hand.
oh god, if you get caught, I'm going to laugh.
Surely we're going to pass a
Uh,
market before we get to a church.
Probably.
I think he's got his heart set on the church now. Okie dokie. So you guys are packing up your camp in the morning then. Is there anything you would like to anything you'd like to do while packing up?
So I wanted to make Smash some goggles.
Uh-huh. Okie dokie.
Uh.
So as you guys, I believe, leveled up last session, you've switched out some of your infusions. So you've been practicing new things. You've been sort of working on your magical contraptions.
Yeah.
Do you need anything to do that, or you just make it out of the stuff you've got?
Doesn't say what items you need. I have had a look.
Okie dokie. That's fine. So just going to refresh your page so I can see what infusions you've got at the moment. Are you actually using any of your other infusions? Or is this going to be the first one you use?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
I need to really.
That's all right. Okay, so got that on that. All right. So in the morning, as everyone's sort of packing away camp, and I mean, presumably you are helping with that as well.
Yeah.
You managed to fashion some goggles. I've just put them in your inventory.
Okay. Smash, send item. I am giving Smash some goggles.
I look at them. What are these for?
They'll help you see in the dark.
To murder us.
All the better to murder us with. Are you taking the goggles,
Yeah,
Mash?
I'm taking them.
Yeah.
You just see this dragonborn, like, with the sort of elongated face, just putting goggles on over the... Being made for you, presumably they will fit a dragonborn head just fine.
Yeah. Everybody seems to think I'm a bad guy in the group, so I'm trying to prove myself that I'm not actually a bad guy.
I don't think you're a bad
Just
guy.
a little bit. I'm just a little bit chaotic.
I think you were very well justified in what you did with that shield. I am 100% on Rottram's side on that.
Oh dear. Okay. So, yeah, anything else you guys want to be doing while you pack up, or are you just heading straight out after that?
Well, we got the herb, so yeah, I'm quite ready to head back to Lothlorigar.
Okie dokie.
I think Asena would
So-
just spend whatever time she had just trying to calm down the horse and make sure she's okay.
Yeah, seems all right. A bit spooked by recent events, but yeah, she'll survive.
I think you need to start tying that horse to a tree to stop it from running off.
Might be an idea.
She's a free range horse.
Give it a long lead.
If it's free range, why do you keep bringing it back?
Because I want it to help me carry my stuff.
Loving this discussion. Okay.
Yeah, for the next part of the journey, I think we need to lose the incumbent bit on Asena because her packs will be attached to the horse's saddle.
Okie dokie. What you can do is if you go into your inventory and just right click on the packs that you're putting on the horse and unequip them. Are all your smithing supplies on the horse as well?
Yeah, the smithing supplies have been on the horse pretty much the entire time, apart from when we're in camp.
That's cool. Just making sure.
Talking of which, some of those are supposed to be somewhere else. No, something was supposed to be in the smithing.
Hey, Asana. What other weapons have you got in that pack of yours?
So what now?
What weapons have you got in that pack of yours?
What, in the smithing supplies?
Yeah.
Bear with me 1 second, I'll just double check, so I'm familiar with it. A handful of daggers, some javelins, a spare musket, and spear, and maybe a war pick.
Okay. I could do with another dagger if you wouldn't mind. You ain't got any longswords in there, have you?
No long swords, unfortunately.
What happened to them all?
What do you mean, what happened to them all?
Well, we took a couple of longswords from the prison.
I do not know. Sena's got the ones that she carries and uses. If that's what you're on about.
Well, I'm pretty sure I had one, but I gave it to you.
Why would
I don't remember.
why would you give Senna a longsword? She's had a longsword since the start of the campaign.
To put in your smithing stuff because I never need. Well, I could never really use a longsword. It was a strength requirement, and I was more dex.
There's not one in there.
Okay.
Push the button and it resets something. So
Thank you. Now I've got a dagger I can throw at people, and still wield dual wield daggers.
I like it.
I do have a short sword. That you can borrow.
Well, I'm not really thinking for me. I'm more thinking for Mithrin, so he can actually defend himself.
Yeah, Senna has 0 trust for Mithrin.
Yeah, Ascena has 0 trust for everybody.
He's still got armor, hasn't he? Or is he now in traveler's clothes? Can't remember what was agreed on.
He was in
He's
armor.
He is in armor, yeah.
And he's got a shield. He's Captain America.
I mean, you have a spear.
You give him a spear if you want, yeah.
How do I send an item to him?
I will just transfer it over because I think you can only transfer items between players.
Okay.
What is it you're handing over?
Supplies bit. There's 4 of them in there.
He's sort of like, yeah, okay, that seems like a good idea. Yeah, I can help. I can help with that. How do you separate them? That just transfers one or all of them, or none of them apparently. Oh, there you go. Not sure why, but the inventory is being very slow. For some reason, it keeps giving you the overburdened thing, Ascena, instead of lightly encumbered. I'm not really sure what that's about. Try and figure out that in a moment. Okay, so
Could it be because we're exhausted?
no, because you're exhausted as well, and you've got the normal thing. It's fine. As you set off for the day, then what roles would everybody like to take?
Defender.
Go.
I'll take Scout again.
All right.
Senna just slots in wherever.
I mean,
we
more
need
than one
somebody
person can take
to.
the same role. So
I'll also take.
what was that, Lee?
I'll also take defender, but we need a navigator.
And that's where Senna slots in.
All right then.
However, given the fact that she is tired, she does request that someone else assists her with the initial navigation checks.
I'll do that.
It'll be, if you do that, it'll be both of you on the navigator roll.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. In that case, I will get you both to make survival checks. And I'll get Vin to make a perception check, please, using passive for a defender.
What's the base attribute needed for survival?
Wisdom.
Wicked.
Did you say passive perception?
I use passive perception
That's
for the
all right.
defenders and active perception
Oh,
for the
okay.
scouts.
Ouch. Can I use my passive?
No. Because you're actively perceiving. Okay, so you are pretty confident on your heading, Ascena. Smash, you get a little bit turned around. You're still not like completely feeling it from the night before. like keep getting distracted by like trying to clean, frog gunk out of your ears.
Oh,
So yeah, you're set on a good path. Seems like yeah, you're heading in the right direction. Settings window, go away. I'm trying to roll something. Get down. Foundry, could you kindly fucking do your job? There we go. Okay. Okay, good. That didn't come up. Okay, so yeah, you're like heading along. You don't see anything in particular. Day seems pretty normal in the swamps. Yeah, just a very uneventful trip. Vin, you're sort of strolling around the outside of the group. You're mostly paying attention. You get a bit bored here and there, but yeah. And literally nothing comes near the middle Rotram for you to defend against. So as you come to your first short rest of the day, and you're sort of making a temporary camp up, pulling rocks up and things to sit on and rest. Anybody can take a short rest if they would like to. Is anybody cooking, by the way? Because you generally want to eat like 2 times a day. Is anyone like cooking food, or have you guys got food on you?
I'll cook. I've
Okay.
got my daily rations.
I've got rations.
So with the rations, it's things like sort of dried breads and meats and things. You can cook that into sort of a better meal for yourselves. So if you hand it over to so for example, Rotram's volunteering to cook this time. If you sort of everybody hands the rations over, you can sort of mix it together into an actual meal.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've got some venison, haven't I, and some rabbits.
That's
Oh,
true,
yeah.
actually. So you could even fill it out with a couple of
Yeah.
other things.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's very true.
All right.
Yeah, because I remember I did some checks to get some of those sort of stuff whilst I was following the carnage
You
and
did.
mayhem of a certain someone.
Just easy
I
hunting, really,
don't
isn't
know
it?
what you're on about.
Foraging for meat by following Smash around.
Yep.
All right, Lee. So I'll get you to make a wisdom check. If you have proficiency with cook's utensils, you can use that instead, but I don't think you do. So
What, a wisdom check?
yeah, just straight wisdom.
Oh dear. Can I assist?
Generally, you can't assist after the rolls being made, but seeing as this is the first time we're using this system, Rotram, you'll roll that again. So you're rolling with advantage. You can click the little.
Can I
plus on
give
it to
like
roll again,
true
but-
strike to give advantage? Oh no.
Okay, so you put the meal together. You've got these like, what are they called? The really hard biscuits that sailors used to use. Hardtack, that was it. So you've got like hardtack in the rations, like chewy beef jerky stuff. You managed to make this meal both too crunchy and too chewy at the same time. Are you taking that before you have this meal? You can if you want.
Standby.
Are you taking that before or after you eat?
It's on standby just in case.
Okay, so you just sort of like find it in your bag and you're like, okay, I know that's there, and then you have the meal. Yeah, like it's really gross. You haven't been poisoned. He hasn't like given you food poisoning, but like, oh, it's not a good meal. It's really nasty.
Great. Well,
Hey guys, more reason to get back to the city quick.
yeah. Next time, let's just have Rotram, don't cook.
Maybe he'll get better over time.
Maybe. Okay, well,
So-
at least it's food.
That's why I have a
Yes.
chef.
Shall we continue on to Lothlorigar?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know,
Anyone rolling hit dice or anything before you head off?
Nah.
Nah.
Okay.
Am I making another perception check?
Yes. So if you guys can take the same rolls, different rolls, whatever you'd like.
That's more like it.
I'll take Defender again.
All right. Asana, are you leaving Smash to navigate for this one, or are you?
I'm
helping
trying
out
to find
with
the survival bit to click on.
that? I hope so.
Oh God.
Not much better though.
Can I use like a sort of, I don't know, perception check to see like, are we still going in the same direction?
You're kind of doing your own thing. You're keeping the party sort of in view, and you're doing sort of circles and like scouting the area nearby. As you, a couple of times, you feel like you wandered a bit too far, and like further than you realize, and you like look back with the party, and they're just like a little too far off to one side, and you're like, bit weird. And so you've done this for like a few hours now, as you've been traveling.
Have we
yeah,
got
so
round in a
good.
circle?
So, as you guys are sort of getting, well, actually, you do notice one thing though, Vin, and this slightly distracts you to the navigation that's going on.
Oh, okay.
There is a weird set of tracks that sort of crossed yours.
Is it
So it
by any
hasn't-
chance
yeah.
a dragonborn and a dwarf and a horse and a human?
Give me a survival check.
Not bad.
No, it is not.
Okay.
No, there's these. It's actually doesn't look humanoid at all. You're not seeing like individual steps. You're seeing like sort of slash of moved earth, and then another one like something sort of dragging itself across the ground.
Oh shit. Where's the party? How far away are they?
About 20 feet at this point. They're sort of like slowing down, getting tired towards the end of the day.
Cool. I'll mind link and just let them know what I found to whoever's closest.
Cool. Probably a center at this point
Okay.
because you're sort of like up near the front of the party.
Cool.
So, yeah, you
Oh,
get
mind link gets them then and just let them know about this weird tracks that I found, which looks like it's dragging itself.
Frick. Is it something that she could potentially recognise?
if you want to head over and do a nature check, like looking at the tracks, go for it.
At this point, I don't think he bothers. I think she just wants to get back to the city as quickly as possible.
Fair enough.
Yeah, about that. I'm pretty sure I saw like some walls and stone in the opposite direction that could have been Lothlorigar.
Great, let's go that way.
It was like a few hours ago. So yeah, you guys just carry on from there, right? Carry on to camp. Okay. So
I don't.
as
Can we get a
you
little bit suspicious? This was like, shouldn't we have found it by now?
as the sun sort of starts going down, you're getting that sort of like red light in the sky, and you're just like, I feel like we should be able to see it by now. Like it's quite big. Especially because there is a great big building on top of a hill called the Spire, which you can't see at the moment. And you really should be able to see that by now.
I turn to Asana and say, "Did you follow the lights? You're not supposed to follow the lights."
They're trixies, aren't they?
They're tricksy and false.
Yeah, but we're lost.
Yeah,
As the sun's going down, like, fuck, we're lost.
Yeah, not only that, but we've also got some weird creature stalking us, most likely.
Oh,
The Drax
no.
were crossing yours, not actually like following yours. Just to let you know.
Oh, crossing us. So it's something weird in the vicinity that could be paying us a visit at night.
Again. Yay.
Your choice then. Do we bunker down or do we just try and keep on going?
Traveling at night for a swamp, bad idea.
Very bad.
I think it's the best idea.
I'm gonna find myself a nice suitable tree to set up for the night in.
All right.
I'll take last watch again. That seems to
I
be
did
when,
first.
danger hits.
It's the Senate's turn to take last watch.
Actually, I'll take second watch.
I'll
Want
take
to see
first
how
then.
good these goggles are.
I'll
All right.
take third watch with the other guy.
Oh yes, Mithrin. Great idea. He can keep
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
take third watch with Mithrin.
All right. So you got 1, 3, 2, 4. Okay. Just noting down what order you guys are taking watching. All right. Who's cooking the evening meal?
I'll
go.
That's all right. I think I'll have a go. I can't do any worse.
You sort of like take the cooking utensils off Rotram. You're like, I've got it. Don't worry.
well, we shall see. We shall see. It's like I've never done this before, but it can't be that hard, can it? You just put a few things in a pot and stir. How hard can it be?
Exactly. Give me a wisdom check.
Oh, I did survival, which is wisdom anyway.
That's fine. Yeah, it works. So you sort of corrected the too crunchy, too chewy problem from earlier by basically turning it into like a slightly unflavored mush.
Well, you could spread that on the crackers. It's fine. I made a
So
weird pate concoction.
you've essentially made pate, but with no flavor. So
Maybe I should have put the salt in.
you sort of look over to all like the extra little herbs and things. You're like, I should have used some of those.
Maybe that could have helped.
That's what that
But at
little
this point, you guys are releasing it. So, luckily, the
At
thing
least it
that
wasn't that one.
that is true. Also, the thing that like because there are certain effects to this, and you got the same one as Rotram got earlier, and it doesn't stack. So
That's
nice.
good.
You guys have just been having a day of kind of shit food, not poisonous food, just kind of shit.
Okay. Maybe it's not the food. Maybe it's the environment that's polluting the food.
Maybe I probably should have given you disadvantage on these checks just for a laugh, but that seems mean.
It still would have been 5.
Most likely. Okie dokie. So, map of the camp. Okay, I'll find one somewhere. So, first up on watch, then got Vin.
Yes.
As everybody else hunkers down, do you want to give me a perception check?
Yes. But
Before we get
as I
started, I want to
Yeah,
clarify. Asana has set up camp near the campfire,
Uh-huh.
and the horse is close by and is tied down.
Okie dokie.
And just to clarify, she's not sleeping in her armor, but she's got her packs and stuff laid out to make a sort of makeshift, comfort, warm bed shelter type setup.
All right, cool. So you like stuck the shield in the thing and pile all your stuff next to it, and you're sleeping
Yeah.
against that. Are you sleeping near the horse, or have you just got the horse tied up nearby?
The horse is tied up pretty much next to where she is.
Okie dokie.
If the horse stirs, it should, alert her in some sort of manner.
All right then. What, Rotram? How are you sleeping? Where are you going?
I'm just going to sleep in my armor wherever I hit the floor.
She like packs down.
Yeah.
Shmash, what are you doing as for sleeping arrangements?
Find your nearby rock and leaning up against it in his armor, going to see.
All right. Can I just get Rotram and Smash to give me that Constitution Survival check, please?
Ah,
I was about to look up the table.
Teetered
but
on
I don't
8.
think I need to.
teetered on 18 for so long.
Oh, it's mean when it does that. Okay.
We do like our survival rolls of 5.
You guys are actually normally fine with the rolls today. You just like have just not been in the mood for surviving. Yeah, so 12 is slightly too low even for light armor, so that is a point for both of you. Right. Vin, I'll get that perception check then as everyone else bunks down.
Yeah, sure. So as everyone's bunking down, I'd probably do a perimeter, like walk around before finding a suitable tree to set up a sort of, well, perch, I guess.
Sounds good. Okie dokie. So, oh yeah, different in there as well.
Mostly, I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm
you-
still looking for that thing that's dragging things around. So just
Okay.
keeping an eye and an ear out for that.
You yeah, you keep having a look around the area for it. You do actually find a few more of those tracks around here. Like those things have passed through this area. Find
Right.
them in a couple of different spots.
Cool, cool. Do they look fresh or old?
They look fairly fresh, actually.
Great. Cool. I'm just going to stay on lookout then.
All right then. So, yeah, you have a wander around. You just wander back into the middle of the camp. Try not to wake anybody up.
Wander up a tree,
Yep.
away from the firelight, so I'm
Yeah.
in the dim light.
You notice Smash isn't really sleeping. He's struggling to get the crap out of his armor.
Like, tossing and turning in your armor.
By the way, if you evolved like a nat 20, Vin was going to be casting Mage Hand and just to snap its fingers next to your ear the entire night.
God, that's mean. Oh. So, Vin, your watch passes without any real disturbances.
Cool. I shall, because I'm pretty much effectively invisible where I am, I will mind link to Smash.
Uh-huh.
And I'll say, all right, it's your watch. Just let you know, found some more tracks around this camp. Looks like they're fairly fresh, so just be mindful that we could be having visitors at some point.
Okay.
Just do me a favor when you go to wake up a Senna, or if you could pass the message on to whoever does wake a Senna up, not to fire the freaking gun. Might be a good idea.
I feel like that was a very effective strategy last time.
Yes, it was.
If you hadn't been hiding and let her know where you were, she wouldn't have had to fire the gun.
I hide for a reason.
True.
Oh dear. All right, Smash. You get up. You're like trying to work out all the kinks from trying to sleep in your armor.
I just moved my character to a tree, by the way, Doug.
Yeah, it's good. No worries.
Cool.
I assumed you would be sleeping up one. So.
Yes, off the ground.
All right,
Because
Smash, give me a perception
swamps do
check.
tend to flood.
Oops, wrong.
They do a little bit.
Just ignore that one.
Yeah.
I clicked too high. Oh, for crying out loud.
That's cool. That one's much
I was
better.
just. Do I not take my passive?
No.
No.
Do I not
So,
get
you're
having these goggles as well?
No. You can see properly in the goggles. You don't get disadvantage.
Or advantage.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, like in the range of the campfire, you're okay in general. But if you're trying to make perception checks outside the range of the campfire, you currently don't have disadvantage where you would have had it before. Yeah, he's like, he's kind of irritated by your armor. You didn't really get any sleep that whole time. You were sort of half awake. So yeah, you a bit disgruntled and distracted. So yeah, nothing goes on.
Get rid of the gunk.
Oh.
Yeah.
I have to make a
Exactly.
check, don't I, by the way?
What for?
Sleeping. Because I'm wearing light armor.
Oh yes, you sleep in your armor. Yeah, give me a Constitution survival check.
Oh dear.
All right.
That should be a +1.
You're exhausted. No, you're not exhausted.
Ah,
Why?
I'm not
is that
exhausted.
not Have you got a point in survival?
No, I had +1 to con.
It doesn't seem to have set it to survival to con for some reason. It rolled with wisdom. That's fine.
Did
I'll
it?
count it as a 3.
Oh, okay. Come on then. Oh yeah, it's a different, huge
Yeah, it's
difference.
complete difference. I mean, at least it wasn't a 1. Yeah, pretty uneventful watch. Smash. Nothing of interest going on. You're just waking up Rottram and
if you were to come and found me.
okay. So yeah, I'm assuming you're waking up the next guys for their watch.
Yeah, which is Rottram.
Yeah.
Yes. Who also said they were waking up Mithrin for his watch. To like watch and stuff.
Yes.
I then go back over to the rocks on the edge of the camp and try to get comfy again.
The only rocks I see around here.
Yeah.
Ah, cool.
All right. I'll get you guys to give me perception checks then.
What, in my sleep? All right.
No, I meant Rottram and Mithrin.
Dougie, considering that we're doing stuff in party camp, should that not be displayed on the stream?
Can do. It's fairly uneventful at the moment.
I know that just that people were clicking around on the map saying what they can see. It's just
Oh yeah, that's fair enough. There is the camp.
I see a fire and people sleeping.
I honestly thought you were about to say you see dead people.
He sees nothing.
I
with that roll.
probably do.
So, as you're sitting there, not really paying attention, sort of half dozing off, and
There is a Mithrin.
also uncomfortable in your armor. There is a Mithrin. I did roll for them as well. You guys just can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Mithrin sort of looks behind you, right, man, and goes, "Is that bush always there?"
I turn around and look at what bush.
There is a sort of bush-like entity, doing sort of bush things near other bushes.
Near other bushes.
Sort of generally being a bush.
I don't know. Possibly. It's a bush. You want me to roll anything for it, Dougie?
No, what'd you do?
History. I'll go
Sure,
over and have a look at it.
All right, give me a history check. See if you remember the layout of the camp as you set this up. Could have been a bush there.
Yeah. I'll go over and investigate anyway.
By the way, where is this bush?
Be
Oh.
over here.
Okay. I see your mouse move.
Give me an investigation check, Roram.
Nice. That's more like it.
They're the rolls we
So-
need.
As you're like poking around this thing, it appears to be very bush-like, sort of in a bushy way. And you have a look around the floor near it, and you see these like streaking tracks that go up to it, like something's hiding in the bush.
Fireball.
I don't know if he can fireball.
I can. Not quite, but I can cast some sort of fireball.
I'm joking, but okay.
Wait, was it here before or was it not? Mithrin's like coming up to check with you.
I don't know. I'm just
Why
gonna
would someone
swing
move
at
a
it for
bush
the
into
minute.
our camp? You can swing at it.
Don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll
Make an
try and
attack roll.
chop the bush down if that makes sense. Just from the
Okey
axe.
My axe.
So this does hit the bush. 10 is enough to hit a bush. Do you want to roll damage for me? Okay. So you smack the bush and you hear this like squeak, this high-pitched squeak in your head. Mithrin seems to hear it as well. It's like when a piece of electronics is like on the fritz and that really high-pitched whining noise.
Yeah.
And I would then, as you like smack the thing, two of the flowers just sort of go like and let out this like cloud of spores from the impact. Could I get you to make a Constitution saving throw, please?
Constitution save.
Okay. Mithrin saves, but you don't. You become poisoned. Just we poisoned. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. However, as you sort of get the spores up your nose, you're like, oh, that smells very horrible, and you fall over.
I do have resistance to poison.
Poison damage or the poison condition?
Damage.
This thing did no damage to you. So yeah, you hit the ground. You won't see this, but Mithrin immediately turns and sprints in this direction, going like, help, help, help. At which point everybody nearby wakes up. Could I get Vin, can you just do a perception check really quick? Actually,
I'm
what's
just
your passive
wondering.
perception?
Passive is
Yeah, because it wouldn't be an
16,
active
I
one in your
think?
sleep. Okay, you wake up, yeah.
Let me just check that.
Well,
Yeah,
Yeah, 16 is
everybody.
my passive, but I'm just wondering, would the dagger have alerted me to the combat of the axe?
How far away is that effect?
I can read the axe. That's sight axe. That dagger. It doesn't actually have a 20 to 60.
Oh, that'll be its range for throwing it though.
Oh. That's it. It doesn't actually say a range on the actual weapon. It just has plus 30 feet of companions around you get woken up, but
If you have danger, the weapon is on your person. You have advantage on initiative rolls. Addition, any of you and any of your companions within 30 feet can't be blah blah blah. You and any of your companions within range. If any of you are sleeping naturally when combat begins. This is why I hate that item because it's so like mechanics focused and it's got
Yeah.
no like in-world distances or anything. I would say because there's no direct danger to you, it wouldn't have woken you up.
okay. Cool.
So yeah, the Mithrin comes sprinting into the middle, yelling and screaming, obviously waking a center up because the center's right there. But I'd say the other two of you are in range,
Okay.
given your respective perception scores. What do you do?
I look over at Rotram, see he's fallen asleep again, and think nothing of it.
That seems fair.
What? He's just fallen asleep. What's the big fuss? But I'm not going to say that. I'll mind Link and say it. Because I don't want to give away my position.
Gonna go turn on.
He hit a flower and then it poofed in his face and then he fell over.
Okay, where is he?
Weird music.
That is. Why is that so loud? Volume down, please.
I have now muted that tab and I cannot hear it.
That is fair. It's supposed to be like quiet, subtle music. He points back over to Rotram over here.
Don't get him and bring him up here.
But okay.
Just don't breathe in while you're near the flower.
Just a quick comprehension check from the film there. As he's like starts dragging Rotram, he's like, "Ugh." And falls backwards.
He breathed in, didn't he?
Doesn't he
He
have to
breathed
do a
in, yeah.
Constitution save?
He did.
Oh.
Yeah, I wrote it myself because I don't want to give away the DC for it. He just like collapsed on his back as well.
Crying out loud.
Is anybody doing anything?
I'm doing the situation.
What do you guys? What do you want to do?
Well, no, I part of me thinks that she would just try to pull them out because they are technically her comrades. But at the same time, she really does not trust Mithrin, and she has very little trust for Rockram.
I love that. Technically, my comrades.
So I'm not sure what she would do in this point.
What element was that, Vin, and where was it aimed?
It was fire, and it was aimed at the bush.
Okay. So you launch this fire chromatic orb, and suddenly you're like, I should go get them. As this orb of fire misses the bush, by the way. Can you roll damage for me?
Oh no.
Oh,
Lovely. So there's just this of fire that hits the sort of brush over there. There's a gentle glow.
I didn't know what bush it was.
You did hit a bush. That's fair. What would you guys like to do?
I'm going to go and try and get Mithrin.
Okie dokie.
Oh, hang on. I forgot to do. I've got to roll an Arcana check, don't I?
Oh, you do, yeah.
This could be really bad, guys.
Nova.
This will be fun.
As long as you don't double damage, I imagine it'd be alright.
Could you imagine if there was an area of effect of like 60 foot?
What level did you cast that at?
1.
Okay. So. 8 plus the spell. 8 plus the spell's level, so yeah, you made it. So yeah, you nothing in particular happens with the Arcana check. However, there is now a small fire over there as Smash you jog over to deal with that. Are you just dragging them both away?
Yeah.
This is the way it goes. Roll a con save.
Are you
Yeah,
doing anything
or-
special as you run over? Like any special precautions you're taking? Or...
Before I do run over, I am
Uh-huh.
going to pull it out. Tempest's backpack.
Okay.
That one I think it is. I am going to down a potion of heroism.
Uh-huh.
It's that.
Okay. Oh, okay. Interesting.
Gain 10 temporary hit points. As I approach, before I get to the haze of pollen, I take a huge breath in and then grab the first person and drag me out.
How do you know there's a haze of pollen? Just asking.
Well, I'm guessing there's something there that's affected by breathing.
Fair enough.
Mithrin started panting and collapsed.
Did he?
He breathed deeply and collapsed.
Yeah.
Asena shouted not to breathe too much anyway, so
Oh, okay.
we'll leave it for the moment. So yeah, you sort of drag them back away then, and back into the center of camp. Rockround, can you make a con save again?
Nice.
Okay, so you suddenly wake. Yeah, you end the whole effect on yourself, so you're no longer poisoned or unconscious. You suddenly like wake up again.
They're being dragged across the floor by a dragonborn.
Yeah, I don't know how that makes you feel, but you do. Can't tell if you're muted, Lee, or if you're just not speaking.
Sorry, I was muted. I say thank you for helping. But there's something living inside that bush.
Really?
Yes.
Oh god, the bush is trying to kill us. Griffin wakes up.
I turn around and just point to that bush and go, that bush?
Yeah, that bush. Trying to
Correct.
kill us.
Oh, I thought you meant that bush. I say in minding.
No.
I will turn round and breathe lightning at it.
All right.
We're going to end up burning down the forest.
I mean, we're in a swamp, so you know.
While these guys are having this stupid discussion, Asena is putting on her armor and stowing her stuff back on the horse.
Okay, you're starting to do that, and can you give me rolls for lightning breath smash? It's a DC something, right?
But, there you go.
All right, do you want to roll damage?
And that should be 3d6, not 2.
Do you want to level up? Is it not updated it?
Actually, saying level 6, but it's not.
6, 3d6, 11, 46. Okay, yeah, we'll just change that. You can roll an extra d6. I'll just add it on. Huh. The breath weapon thing says 3d6.
Only 2 rolls.
Yeah. Why? What the fuck? Confused. Moving on. Alright, so yeah, you blast it with lightning. As you do, yeah, you blast this thing with lightning that already had like an axe wound in its side. It sort of like shrivels up.
There we go. Oh, you gave me the.
Zap. Yeah. Use that thing, it shrivels up.
Okay.
What do you want to do?
And I say that looks like danger's over. You can go back to sleep now.
How far into the watch are we?
I head back my rocks and try and get comfy again.
Okay, so you would be... Next day, please. Stupid thing. And then about halfway through this watch.
Is that sufficient time for a Senna to have had her long rest?
Don't.
You probably want to have another like hour or two sleep to... No, sorry, hours sleep to be fully rested. You could wake up now, but I think it would be detrimental to your sleep.
Yeah, so she'll put the stuff back down and take up her rest position again then.
Yep. I just sit and watch this bush.
Just sit there watching it.
I really thought you were going to walk around the clearing and just set fire to every bush and tree.
Okay, so everyone else goes back to sleep. Gonna get everyone who was got it. Gonna get everyone else who was asleep then, just to make that Constitution survival check real quick.
He don't care shit anymore. He's dead.
Damn.
I'll do nicely, thank you.
Oh,
Whoever rolled that 2, thank you so much, because it knocked just my dice into that one to a 20.
Okay, yeah. So you guys all head back to sleep. As you're watching Rotram, that fire's getting bigger.
Excellent, it's going to catch that bush alight.
okay, is it getting much bigger?
It's getting like, yeah, kind of, yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'll just move away from the fire.
Which is like, oh, okay. Just like moves with you away from the fire.
Well, there's nothing we
You
can do
guys
about it.
Sit there and watch it. Okay. So, as your watch comes around, Asena, well, Rotram actually, yeah, you reckon it's been about another hour now. You're starting to see just a little bit of light in the sky, but not quite sort of waking up time.
Uh-huh.
I'm
There's
assuming
a
you're
lot of
just
light
taking
in
your
the
center
sky.
off, yeah. From
Yeah.
a certain direction, there is quite a lot of light. Yeah, actually. Asani, you wake up to the smell of burning stuff.
Cool. So she wakes up, yeah.
Yep, you're awake now.
Alright. She
Yeah, what lamb's going to sleep over here?
puts on her armor.
Okay.
She packs up her stuff, making sure it's attached to the horse,
Uh-huh.
and she walks over so that the fire is within 30 feet of her, and she pulls out the Frostbrand dagger.
Interesting. Does that just have the ability to put out fires?
You can extinguish all non-magical flames, so the spread fire should go out, and it should just be possibly left with that chromatic orb if it's still burning, if it hasn't already gone out.
Nice. Yeah, that was just the starting fire. That didn't actually, like, stay. Nice. When yours went, you can actually almost for 30 feet of you. Nice. So yeah, you sort of roll your eyes, get your armor, walk over, pull the dagger out, and the fires just all extinguish immediately.
What about the campfire?
I think it says you can.
Oh, it doesn't
Does it say
say.
you can, or like all fires within that distance are
It just
extinguished?
says all non-magical flames.
Yeah, but does it say you can, or they are? You can extinguish all non-magical
For this
flames.
weapon, you can extinguish all non-magical flames within 30 feet.
That means it's your. Yeah, it just means it's your choice. If something says it does this, it's not your choice. If it says you can do this, it's your choice whether or not it happens.
Okay. Either way,
Yep.
if that campfire to go out, she'd just go over and relight it.
That is fair. It would not be a huge issue. So yeah, problem sorted. Head back over to the campfire, just probably rolling your eyes and like. Absolutely fucking love that your solution was walk away from the fire.
It's something I can't deal with.
Just leave that fire over there with the other fire. Okay. So, Senna, do you want to give me a perception check, please?
Oh, hang on. Has she had long rest? Because I'd like to lose that tiredness if possible.
Yes, you may hit the long rest button.
That is stuffing up.
The problem is
That's
that you have to look at what actions and what your rolls were to see your level of tiredness.
With what a Senna is at this point, you would. Okay, so the only thing that's really going to affect you is the recovering half hit points. But seeing as you barely took any damage since last rest, you're okay. Oh, you were on 3 though, so you recover no hit dice. So I'll just put that back to where it was. Other than that,
So
yeah.
what do you want?
Perfectly normal.
So does she lose the exhaustion one because that affects her rolls for things like perception?
You do. You can take that off. Yeah.
I can't. It says only GM can edit the screen or edit this section.
If you've no, if you have your character selected and you go up to the drop-down menu, there's a conditions tab. There we go.
That off now, yeah.
So you're no longer exhausted.
Oh, excellent. So she should have a +2 to that perception roll.
+1, you mean?
No, +2.
Oh, right. You've got. Okay. Why is it? Okay, that's weird. Yeah, exhaustion should only really give you a -1. That's fine. You should have a +2 to it. Yes, that's a 16. All right. So, as you're doing your rounds around the camp, while everyone else is sleeping, you spot those trails in the ground that were sort of leading up to that bush that you guys burned and lightninged and chopped and etc. So you sort of identify those tracks. They're the same ones as Vin spotted earlier in the day. And you're having a wander around. There's more of them. There's quite a few of them that sort of go near the camp and then move away from the camp.
I wonder why.
Okay, that's what's the word? Disconcerting. I think.
Yeah. I'd be disconcerted too. Yeah, that makes complete sense.
She'll continue doing some checks around, just making checking on everyone, making sure that they are all still secure and okay.
All right.
Is she aware of where Vin is hiding?
He seems to have moved since last time. You can do a perception check if you want. Well, actually, I'll use a perception check from checking out the camp. No, you would not be aware of it is.
Yeah, so she can't check on him, but she'll check on everyone else. Reassure the
Yep.
horse, make sure the horse is, fed and watered and all that kind of crap.
Horse seems pretty calm, actually. Yeah, hasn't been too bad.
Cool.
And yeah, you come to the end of your watch. Time is fighting me. Okay. What I'm going to do there is I'm going to swap over to a break really quick, and we will come back in 15-20 minutes.
So we know which direction Lothlorigar goes in because of Asena, right?
Yeah, so you have sort of worked out the rough direction you need to go in, Asena. So you reckon you'll probably be able to figure that, to follow that path today. Should theoretically only be about half day's travel if you're heading in the right direction.
So we've got till lunchtime to work out whether or not we've gone the right way.
Exactly.
Cool.
So who's taking what roles?
I'll go scout again, unless someone else has a high perception.
I have a relatively high perception.
So 2 scouts, 1 navigator, 1 defender.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll
Everyone
defend.
cool with that?
Sounds good to me.
So we're going to cook again.
Well, the cook role is like it's a role you can take on it's a role you can take on rests, like unrelated to the roles you take during the day. So anyone can still be a cook and have another role. That is okay. So if you want Rotterdam to cook for you again, that's perfectly fine.
It can't be any worse than it was last time.
We get crunchy and or sloppy and
I know where I went wrong
That's
last
ruled out
time.
half the party.
I love that. It's like I could do better. Right, I'll get a survival check off Asena, and I'll get perception checks off Smash and Vin. Obviously using your passive Rottram.
That's 8.
So
Do you not get advantage with this because you already know roughly where to go?
you're still relying on the sense of like you've got exactly the same information you had yesterday. You've just sort of reoriented yourself since last time. So like you're not still on the wrong path. You've corrected your path, but you've still got to follow like a path in your head because you've got no map. So, you guys head off at the start of the day. You're pretty certain you're going in the right direction this time, Asena. Just gonna check something.
Yeah, can we update the clock as well?
Oh yeah, what should it be on?
Not 9:30 at night.
It's not.
No,
It's not.
It's just updated now.
Oh, it's because I unpaused it probably. Just updated on your system. Okay. So Vin, as you're scouting around, you're not really noticing anything off about the path you're taking this time. And at one point, you do notice some tracks like fresh tracks that, similar to last time, seems to have sort of crossed your path. Although these seem to be a good half day old at least.
Okay.
They sort of cross the area a few times. They're a bit older.
Cool.
Are we going in the right direction?
Could be.
I think we've just gone back to where we were before.
Hey guys, shall we stop for breakfast and re-navigate?
Yeah, I can cook.
I'll cook.
How about we
Let's
let's cook together?
Hey Mithrin, can you cook?
But maybe, I don't know. I don't remember.
Do you have anything we can cook?
I've got some venison left.
I was gonna say, you guys have still got
Got a horse.
Well,
So
I
that's
might check his inventory and decide that he's actually got an entire chef set there.
He sort of looks at his pockets.
If we won't take
He's
the
not
jar.
actually wearing a pack. You found him without a pack or anything. Okay, so traveling for a few hours.
Do we
Heading
stumble
towards.
upon another campsite that looks vaguely familiar?
With a big dead frog in it.
So Shmash, as you're scouting, you and Vin are sort of like doing loops around the thing, so you're like at opposite points. You notice some kind of silhouette through the trees, rising above the rest of the landscape.
I stopped to have a closer look.
Okay, so stop where you are. The party's sort of like coming up from behind you in the same direction. They're going to walk past you in a couple of minutes. You're staring off at this thing. Could be some kind of big creature. It doesn't look like landscape, like it's not a hill or anything. It's something that's just sort of catching the light, the sun, illuminating it in silhouette rather than illuminating the front of it.
As the guys catch up and say, guys, what do you think this is?
Well, I don't know what it is, so we can either shoot it or go around it.
Shoot it. Throw my axe at it.
Yeah, how
And
about
then you go around.
Hey, perceptive
It's
Vin.
entirely up to you guys. Vin, you realise the party's stopped, and you sort of like head over in their direction. You can head over.
Cool.
in their direction.
Smash a spot. It's
Yeah.
up. What do you think?
A big silhouette. I mean, could it be a spider?
It's not that big.
Hey,
Oh. How about we go and investigate?
Then you're the stealthiest.
Okay, I'm gonna go investigate.
Cool. Roll me a stealth check as you sneak up on this thing.
Can I just use my passive?
Nope.
when you do your walk in darkness cloud.
I can, but that's kind of a giveaway for Bright Light.
I was gonna say, in broad daylight, that might actually give you away more than hide you. I'm hiding in the darkness, and there's just this blob of darkness moving.
It'd be funny.
Actually, it would be incredibly funny. Jesus Christ, Vin.
You should see my passive.
I don't wanna. So yeah, you roll a 5, which turns into a 15. You sneak up on this thing pretty effectively. You head into the clearing, and you can see the hide of a large green creature. Seems to be
Cool.
sleeping.
Is it got like its belly ruptured and there's blood and it stinks? I haven't.
You're looking at its back at the moment.
I'll scout around to its front.
It does have a pretty big wound in its front.
Yeah.
Actually, it doesn't look like it's breathing.
Yeah. I head back.
I believe the correct term for this point is balls.
And I will tell the party that there is something truly awe-inspiring up ahead, and that they should go and immediately check it out.
Can I see if Vin is being sarcastic?
How sarcastic is your tone right now, Vin?
I mean, it is kind of awe-inspiring when you think of it. It's a gigantic frog with a massive, great big gouge in its belly. It's pretty
You
inspiring.
should have said it's gut wrenching.
Yeah, okay.
There's
I'm being quite truthful in that.
there's the normal sarcastic tone that Vin sort of always has underneath his voice, but as you guys approach the clearing, you also see a what appears to have once been a campfire, the outline of several sleeping sort of areas, and the frog behemoth that you guys killed the other day.
Can I go up and just punch a center in the thigh?
I thought you were going to punch the frog. It's
Hey,
like it's
Senna.
already done.
No offense, but you're a shit navigator.
Why do you think she's supposed to be the defender?
I swing swords, I don't
So
read
who the
maps.
hell was
Non-existent maps.
who the hell was navigating to get you into the forest? Into the forest.
Tempest.
It was Tempest, yeah.
Yes.
Tempest, like, straight line into the forest, trying to get out, and you're like, zoom.
Right. Do you want to try this again?
You guys coming up for a bit. It is the middle of the day, by the way, so if you guys want to stop for food, you can.
Fuck it, let's keep going. We've wasted enough time.
Yeah, or
we
you
can
just
eat
skip that
on
meal.
the road, I guess.
I say, but dinner.
We'll just slip some rations over there.
We got dried back biscuits we can eat on the way.
Yeah, you can just eat them. Normally, they're not as nice, but you're fine.
They're probably nicer than
All
the
right.
food we've had.
That's true.
Pour a bit of water
So-
in biscuits.
So far, you guys have managed to ruin like sort of iffy rations anyway. You managed to make
Well,
them worse.
We should have been in the wise ass having one hell of a meal around now.
Yeah. Can I have a look for any edible berries?
You want to take hunter-gatherer this time, yeah?
Yes, please.
I'm taking navigator.
All right. Asani, you want to go back into your comfort zone on defender?
Hell yeah.
All right. Survival from Smash. Perception from Vin. I'm assuming you're still scouting.
Yeah.
And I'll get a.
I think it's
I'll
a
get a
survival
su-
from me.
Survival check from Rockman.
That was close to being a one on my screen.
Where were those survival throws in the last one?
I know. It suddenly got the dice rolled on your side.
Let's just
Alright,
say
so-
Smash is starting to warm up in now.
From murder to map reading. Again,
Right,
not having
right,
that.
he
but
got
this
us
is
out
the
of the
question.
woods.
So, you guys turn back around, check your footprints from last time. You're like, okay, we're gonna correct this bearing and head off. So, So, as you're heading through this area, you have to sidestep some rather sort of like deep, boggy areas. But with that the navigation roll, you're going around the outside of them. Vin, you're not particularly spotting anything. The area is getting a little bit more hilly, which is actually giving you a few sort of sight lines into sort of head up a hill, check around, and like dip back into the low bits and head back up another hill. Rotram, are you looking for plants or animals?
Plants. I'm hungry now.
So you managed to find a few local plants. There's a plant that's a little bit sort of like halfway between an apple and a peach, and you manage to find a bush of them. So you like get a bag you've got on you or whatever, and like fill a bag full of them. So there's like sort of quite nectary sweet fruits that you've got for later.
Yeah. I asked if anybody else wants a piece of fruit.
Go on here.
Yeah.
Nice. You guys can be munching those along with your rations on the journey.
Yep.
As it is getting towards the end of this phase of your travel, you okay. What you guys do for a second. So yeah, you come across what seems like a cave system at first. You're seeing like the hilly areas are turning into rocky areas, but then you actually see a carved like section of walls and what looks like an entrance in somewhere.
I'm going to stay away and stay within darkness, and yeah.
Sure. This is sort of
We need to get back. So
Where exactly did you say we were?
you've come across. You've got headed through a sort of like hillier area of the swamp. And you've come across this sort of like a section where the hills sort of turn into a rocky area and what looks like a cave system at first, but Vin spotted an actual carved out tunnel, like a crafted area, not a natural cave.
Right,
Is
gotcha.
the city
And-
within sight?
Sorry?
Is the city within sight?
As you are in that area, Vin, you do also see a few lights and what you think might be the spire.
Cool. I'm pretty sure that's the city over there. But I'm wondering, this tunnel, it could lead straight underneath Lothlorigar.
The tunnel is in fact facing not directly away from the city, but like off to the side. So if the city's in front of you, the tunnel's like heading off to your right.
Okay, wow.
So it still could, but just letting you know which one's good.
I was wondering, because there was that big ass hole thing that we discovered earlier in the city.
I'm thinking this may be worth returning to investigate after we've dealt with the city.
yeah,
Yeah, okay, I agree.
I mean, it's like we all want some decent food and some decent drink and a comfy bed, and to get all this frickin' swamp filth off of us.
What's wrong with my cooking?
Nothing.
right,
It's as
we've
good as
got-
mine.
Yours was terrible.
Not. Your food, specifically your food, Vin, that was terrible.
You didn't break my teeth at least.
How far away is Lothlorigar?
It looks like another half day's travel, probably. You're Vin spotted like the top of the spire.
We are approaching evening time, so if we move now, we could be back at the city for nightfall.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
You know, early nightfall, but at least we'll be out of the swamp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if we get out of the swamp and make camp,
I agree. Let's push into it. What's the sky like at the moment? Is it clear or is it really overcast?
It appears to be extremely overcast.
Oh. It's probably safer to make camp then.
I'm thinking we can continue pushing forward for the next 3 hours.
I mean, yeah, okay. We can do it whilst we've still got some light, I guess. And it's safe. Let's keep moving.
I'm just thinking if it's overcast and the weather's going to turn nasty, we're more likely to be able to find shelter closer to the city than we are here. And we don't exactly have any tents with us.
Well, there is shelter here, but we don't know much about it.
Yes, suspicious tunnel in a cave system, yeah.
I mean, I can cast a light that we can move along with us.
That's just like sitting. Well, targets. Let's not do that.
Once we're out of the swamp, maybe. But until then, I think let's just keep pushing towards the city.
Yeah.
Get as far out of the swamp as we can.
Okay, let's do it. I
Let's
agree.
go.
Okay.
Yep, go for it.
In that case, as you're pushing on for like an extra sort of travel period, are you guys all going with the same rolls?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to give me the rolls of these two? You know them by now.
No.
Now, we have a general rule. Because you should have been rolling survival smash, you can re-roll that. You can roll a survival check instead.
Yeah.
But like we have the precedent that goes both ways. So if you roll the wrong stat and you get a really high score,
Right.
because I also saw that 4 and thought, fuck. Like,
I mean,
the city's in sight. You'd like camp down, wake up in the morning. Where's the city gone?
I was gonna say. I mean, the city's in sight. We can see lights. I mean,
I'll be honest, it probably should have been that. So, never mind, it's 8. Yeah, I would have given advantage for saving the city, but it didn't seem to.
if it helps, if Vin can still keep sight of the city, there's no way he's going to go along with the party.
That's true. I mean, you're mainly focused on sort of like seeing closer threats than that far away, but you can keep an eye on it. And you don't seem to be veering off too much. It's not that hard at the moment.
I mean, Vin doesn't want to get into the city straight away until he, can. So, you know, he's okay skirting the city a little bit, but
That
We
seems
can find somewhere suitable and safe to set up a camp before the city.
yeah, I mean, he's looking for some farms. There's got to be some farms around the city somewhere.
I mean, the edge of the swamp is about half an hour, 45 minutes from the city itself. So, if you wanted to sort of camp out before actually going into the city, you probably could make a deal like that. So, Rotram, by the way, you find a few herbs that you've been looking for this whole time that you reckon might spice up that cooking a little bit.
Yep.
Cool. You're trying to advance the clock, and it's just like, no! Okay. So, at about... Well, it's well into darkness as you're now seeing the top of the walls, most of the buildings in the city. You reckon you're probably within a couple of hours of the city walls at this point.
This is a good place to set up a camp.
Are
What do you
there
wanna
any
do?
farms nearby?
There's going to be no farms inside the swamp because the land's not good enough to farm on.
I mean, just outside the swamp.
A couple of hours away, yeah. You're going to be at least an hour and a half from the nearest farm, you reckon?
And it's pitch black because it's overcast as well, so we can't see shit.
It's also started to rain lightly.
Yeah, let's make camp.
Okay. Can I try and cook again, guys? I've found some nice herbs that I think will spice things up a bit.
How much do you guys trust him?
I mean, like, I did find them nice apples.
Sure, he did find the nice apples.
I think I'll keep cooking beauty tonight.
Yeah, it makes sense to like share the duty, I guess.
Well, I do not trust you after last time. Alright. In that case, Smash, can I get a wisdom check, please?
Great wisdom.
Yep.
This should be fun. At least it wasn't natural.
It doesn't actually specify natural for this check.
If it was a natural one, it would be 8-0.
So I'm guessing whatever you've produced is completely inedible.
I mean, it is still edible. Something made its way into the food that, like, there's this. So you eat it, and then there's this like fart aftertaste. That's the best way I can describe it.
I think I'll just eat the dried biscuits.
I've got some food here, guys, if you want some of that.
You only discover how bad the cooking is after you have had at least a little bit of it.
Yeah.
I get everybody, including the chef, to make a
There's no way Vim could eat it.
Well, it's you don't realise how bad it is until you've already started eating it.
Why was that at disadvantage?
No idea.
Because you cooked it.
It shouldn't have. Oh, it's because it's still counting you as heavily encumbered, which gives all rolls disadvantage. I'll count you first one this time.
Just for the record, Asena's not staying for the meal because she's riding ahead to the city to do the mission that was discussed previously.
Okay. Fair enough.
So it's
So you're
just
going without food instead.
Or she's just snacking on her rations as she's going. She's riding on the horse.
So are you leaving your possessions here behind?
No, she's got them with her.
I was going to say they're all. on
I
the
didn't
horse,
think
aren't
the horse. I didn't think the horse could carry her and her possessions.
The bag that's been left behind is the smithing supplies one, which Vin is supposed to be looking after.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I did
they?
agree to
Everything
that.
weighs a ton, doesn't it?
Yeah, Braves set up camp, Asena rides ahead and then comes back to give them the news that we're clear to go in.
Okay. So you will be riding off. Everybody else is eating the food.
I don't know. I mean, I might sample it as a
by my strategy.
taste.
What was that, sorry?
I might give it a taste, and then after that, that's it. I'll eat the rest of the dry tack.
That's fair.
I pass Vin an apple.
That's quite nice, thanks.
I say it tastes better than this.
Yeah, that was rolling properly. Okay, cool. So it was a DC 12, and that means,
I failed.
unfortunately, means Vin is the only one that fails.
I'm just chowing down on it. It's normal to me for what I've made.
Just powering through that aftertaste. If you eat enough of it fast enough, you won't get the aftertaste till later.
Till you see it in reverse.
So,
Oh, you like
this effect states you give the party food poisoning. Each affected creature makes a Constitution saving throw. On failure, they are poisoned. They can make the saving throw again each time they take a rest, short or long, ending the effect on a success. So when you long rest, you'll be able to make the check again, Vin, and then
Cool.
keep doing it the next day's travel, etc., until you pass it. Okay. It also gives you one failed resting check. Because it sort of stacks up.
Yep.
With the other stuff. Okay.
Just for the record, Vim would know that there is a potion of poison resistance in Ascender's items that have been left with him.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to help.
What, you left it in your smithing supplies?
Yeah,
Why?
because it wouldn't fit in a backpack.
But you've had it in your backpack this entire time.
Yeah, do you remember that conversation we had about swapping over worn items and things?
Swapping over worn items.
Yeah, then she's changing some of the items that she's wearing and stuff like that for when she goes back into the city.
No.
Some of the items on her possession weren't going to be carried back. They're all bulked into, the large bag that was bought.
Does anybody else remember this being mentioned? Because I don't.
We
I
had
remember him saying, previously that he was going to get rid of all his magical items that he has when he rides back in.
Okay.
and suspicious potions, aka ones that she hasn't bought from a known shop, fitted into that category.
Okay, so why is that the only thing in your smithing supplies and none of the magic items you've got on you?
It's not the very large backpack should also be in the smithing supplies, but I can't put a container into a container.
You can.
Wait,
Okay.
can you not? Yeah, I was gonna say you can.
Oh, I don't think you can. In that case, open that up. So I'll try that click and drag here.
Yeah, say I've got
So-
a bag of holdings inside my hat of holdings.
You've got one now.
There we go.
No, I haven't. Don't worry.
Yeah, just need to check your inventory really quick, Rottram. Because
That would be catastrophic.
When did you get a bag of? Do you actually have a bag of holding?
I don't have a bag of holdings, no.
But we would all like one, please.
That is entirely fair. Sorry, that's just. I was like, shenanigans. Okay. So, Asena and the horse have a buffer. I won't make you make a survival check or anything because you can literally see the city.
Yeah, if she gets fucking lost there, fuck me.
Right away from us, heading towards the city, and then. How the fuck did I end up back at the campsite again? You see a scaly frog creature ahead of you. Fuck!
Then he sees the watchtower. And then the red mist.
Just literally in the opposite direction. Oh god. Alright.
Just seen a spell I think I might need to ready.
God.
At the end of my long
There
rest.
you go.
Purify food and drink.
That might be just good to have on standby with the level of cooking skill in this party, yeah?
Yep.
Oh.
That and fantastic.
By the way, the effects that you can get from making good food, they are available on the current rules list for this campaign. I'll send you guys the link in a bit because you can actually get some pretty cool effects from cooking food properly.
Okay, guys, next time,
Okey-dokey.
gotta be a chef.
Well, yeah, if you've got cooking utensils proficiency, you can use them instead.
Mal, you're playing D&D next. You're a chef.
D&D now. Oh,
No, my housemate is a chef.
Oh, yeah, he should make a chef character and join the party. It would be good for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay. So, as it heads into the middle of the night, Asena, you are approaching the city. Can you give me a perception check as you ride? Cool, don't worry about it.
Another
So,
shit
as you
roll.
approach... Sorry?
Another shit roll.
You're just focused. You're like, I'm nearly out of the swamps now. I don't have to have that shit food again. Don't have to have the smell on my clothes. So yeah, you're riding up. You're riding past the farmland, up the trails, past the sort of traders' caravans, the camp that they tend to have outside the city gates, and heading up to probably the eastern gates. The gates are closed for the night, but you do see a guard up on one of the towers.
Cool. She'll call out to the guard saying that she needs to report to. I'm trying to find his name because I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, what the paladin is? Yeah.
He had a name. I'm sure I wrote it down.
It'll be in my long list of poorly organised notes.
Yeah, trouble is, I think my notes are just as poorly organised. I can never remember if I did write it down in this notepad or if I wrote it down in a journal entry somewhere.
Jesus Christ, I've got a lot of names written down on this. Jeez.
We had a lot of names.
Yeah. I suppose meet too many people.
And then kill them.
You do kill a lot of them, that is true.
Although their names didn't really matter.
Yeah, those innocent civilians that you murdered, their names weren't important. Yeah, no idea. No, I don't know where it's gone.
Okay, well, Knight Commander Paladin, whatever his name is.
Yep. Paladin, what's his name?
It was Lieutenant Cardinal Richard Answorth.
There you go.
That sounds
Knew I
familiar.
somewhere.
So you see the guy sort of like look down at you and go, "Ugh," and, like pull something out of his pocket and like gets a spyglass out and have a look down at you. I believe you've got an insignia on your armor, right, of the knights?
It should be stamped on the outside of their shield.
Shield, yeah, okay. So yeah, as you see him looking down, you can be like tapping the shield, and he's like, ugh. And like calls over to someone else, and they pull the gates just far enough open to get a horse through.
Excellent. He rides up to, I think it was the barracks or whatever it was called, wherever he was stationed.
I mean, he'd sleep in the barracks. He'd work in the spire with the other paladins, but I don't know. Where would you go first? Is the middle of the night be possibly be working?
I don't think she met him in the spire previously. I think he had an office near the guard barracks.
You went into the spire to when you got the horse, because
Okay,
when
that's
all the
what-
carnage was going on. Okay, so you head up to the spire. The guards spot your shield, let you through. They do sort of like look at you and give a little sniff as you go past, but they're trying to like be professional.
Well, actually, as soon as she gets those guards, you could say, is Lieutenant Cardinal Richard Answorth on duty? Barracks.
Looks at the other one, and the other one goes like, yeah, I think he is.
Excellent. She can.
In the office. Go on.
Yeah.
Okay, so you head up into the office. It's middle of the night. very quiet. As you get into the sort of bottom floor of the spire, I don't know if you remember, you've got like the guards' offices on one side and the knights' offices on the other. So you sort of peel off towards the knights' side. Heading in, you do spot him sitting at a desk, sort of further towards the back. Same one you remember from last time.
Cool.
I'm assuming you've tied the horse up outside rather than riding it in.
Yeah, the horse is tied up.
Yeah.
She will approach. I think she'll say something like, "Fuck that fucking swamp."
There's a start as everybody in the room looks up at you, just like covered in swamp muck and just absolutely reeking. You see the guy who's like twiddling a pen, like looking at some paperwork. He looks up and just drops the pen on the desk, like slowly gets to his feet and looks at you.
And at this point, she will pull out Jock's head, Tempest's head, a Watcher uniform, a Wraith head,
And this head, and this head.
and a rather nasty-looking sword, and an unidentified ring.
Everyone in the room is just staring at you. Even the guy you're here to see is just sort of absolutely dumbfounded and not really sure what to say.
So I'll say, "Got the fucker."
Right.
Had to get him twice.
He looks at the head, which is like partially decomposed and like has way more battle wounds than it really should if it had just been like a normal fight. He's like, okay. We'll bring him over here. Put him on this chair. He like gets some fabric from nearby and just like puts it on the chair so that the gunk doesn't get on it.
I mean, it's not the only head you have as well.
No, she brought out like all of them, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
For the record,
Yeah.
up to this point, they have been relatively well frozen or chilled.
that's true. So they've just got like little bits of ice like casing all the wounds and like in the hair. And
Yeah, it's however much they managed to pour out on the ride from party camp to here.
so you put them down for him, and he sort of looks at them. You were after one guy.
Yeah, the redhead thing.
Got more than one head.
Yeah, had a bit of trouble with mages that didn't want to stay dead. Had a little bit of trouble with another mage that didn't want to stay dead. And fuck knows what this thing is, but it also tried to kill us.
Okay. Let's bring the horse back. Something like that.
Yeah, the horse is tied up outside, quite attached to her.
I'll be honest, we sort of wrote it off along with you. It was like 4 days ago. You spent 4 days in the swamp on your own.
Did I say fuck that fucking swamp? There's a tower with a fuck ton of skeletons in it. And there were hellhounds. Lots and lots of hellhounds.
Hellhounds. The dogs that breathe fire from like myths and things.
Yeah, you see the scorch marks on the shield? Fuck those
He looks
fuckers.
over. There's scorch marks on your shield. Okay. He reaches over and just like very carefully picks up the metal encased head and like gets some blank papers and like puts it on his desk. So, fuck is that?
That's why I asked you.
Why would I know what it is?
Because you're in a town surrounded by whatchamacallits. if magic did
Fair point.
if magic did this, they might know something about it. And if magic did this, they might be able to tell us what it was before magic did this to it.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair point. He writes a little note and passes it to one of the guys that's sort of like doing paperwork around the office. And he's like, whoever's on duty with the Watchers, give him that.
So, is there any chance we can start a petition to burn that swamp down?
I think he burns swamps down. It's part of their nature. He's still like just focused on the metal encased head. He like gets a letter opener from his desk and like tries to wiggle it underneath the metal. Like, it's stuck. Like, glue to it. Where did you find this thing?
Attached to a body that looked very much like the rest of the head.
Oh. Nice.
There were more than one of these things, and they definitely tried to kill me.
See how well he does this check. Interesting. So he flips it over and he peels some of the metal back. And you see this for the first time as well, and he's sort of uncovered it. This thing has a tattoo. That tattoo you recognize as being from one of the Knights regiments. He sort of freezes at the moment he sees it. He like pulls the letter opener out. Suddenly less shocked and more concerned. Puts it down to the side. Says, "This thing attacked you."
It and two others.
I mean, there's always reports of people go missing in the swamps. Like night battalions go missing in the swamps sometimes. I might be able to find its regiment, their regiment, see who it was, see if anyone went missing. At this point, you hear footsteps coming up the room behind you, Asena, as you're sort of like facing him as Jeff, and he looks up to greet them. You see the distinctive uniform of one of the Watchers, the red capes, the standard weapons, etc. Sort of says, "I don't like to be called up here for nothing." Where'd that come from?
What's that it's indicating to?
The head on the table, the one you was looking at.
The metal one.
Yeah, the metal one. The one he moved from the chair to the table.
Multiple hostile assailants in the swamp. Hostile, non-communicative, have very nasty metallic armor and claws that seem to be fused to whatever they were previously.
Did you do anything to make it hostile?
No.
Traveling alone or traveling with others?
There's a horse
You got
there.
it. Right. I'm going to take this evidence into my custody. He sort of looks at the other pile of heads, which he's just suddenly realised is there, as he's pulling a bag out to try and like to put the metal head in. He's like, "Been doing a lot of fighting lately?"
Too much. I believe there's a bounty on the redhead one.
"As are yours," he says to the knight, and the knight sort of like, he goes, "Yours, I think." And then suddenly he sort of like, he looks at that and he looks at you, Asena, as you're a bit camouflaged with all the swamp grime. And he looks at you and goes, "Prisoners today." That's the escapee from the prison.
Yep. Lieutenant Cardinal sent me after him.
You did? Huh. Thought we were the only one with assets going into the swamp. Well, I mean, I can see you've been in the swamp, but... Huh. Any word on the other escapees?
Well, I believe that one there might be one of them. Either way, it was a magic user that did not want to stay dead.
Okay.
Didn't find any traces of any of the others, but I believe you've already found out why that is.
We've got... hang on, how many would they have?
There was about
We had
19
4 at
dead
large.
sewers.
Sorry.
There's about 19 dead ones in the sewers.
We're aware of those ones. 4 got out from what we can tell from our records versus the dead we found. This would account for 1, maybe 2. Don't recognise the cat head one, but could be. There's also a person of interest, a Vin, I believe.
He's my undercover asset. Whereabouts currently unknown, but he did point me in the right direction for this one.
Right. I'll note that down. Got it.
You should already have that
Right.
note and that he's my undercover asset.
I'll check back. I know there's not always records for undercover assets, so I'll see what I can find just to confirm that. If he's still around, he could still be useful. All right. Right. Taking these with me.
Also, is there a reward for these 2 things? Or 3 things?
There is. Be right back.
Well, the 3 heads plus the items.
Right. What bloody haul you came in with. He like collects it up. Right. We're here with Richard. I'll be right back. He heads back off. So he comes back in a few minutes later and he's like, right, there was a 350 gold bounty on the head of that halfling fellow. So,
Hey, the last bounty poster for that said thousands.
it's going off what I had noted down, but I have a feeling it was some different chat. I'm going to have to re-roll that if it's the case. The wrong
I think
order
it
of
was
the
tens
men.
of thousands.
Hold on. I don't know what you guys remember, but that's not what it says in this chat.
Oh no, yeah, it's only 400 gold pieces for him dead.
But yeah.
The thousands one was mentioned after, I believe.
No, that is
Not.
the latest one.
No, it was talked about in game because it was done after the escape.
Well, that would have been. You're right. That was the one that was withdrawn because they were apprehended. Just check my notes. So, rewind for a moment. So, there is a reward on that one. That is for 600 gold pieces dead. It was higher, but seeing as they were known to have fled into the swamp, they were assumed dead. Bounty was reduced after that. But 600 gold, not bad for had a month in the swamps. Passes overall.
Weren't that long story.
Well, I wouldn't want to be in that shithole for any amount of time, so
Yeah, it's not nice.
yeah.
Also,
Exactly.
weird red mist stuff going on there.
Red mist.
Yeah, red mist.
We had a few of our boys going there as well. Haven't had anything back yet, so might add that to my report just to see if it gives them any help when they look for them. Unfortunately, couldn't confirm a bounty on the cat person, but
I believe the cat person was a mage wanted for an altercation that happened in a pub in the Wide Old Dog.
If that's the case, that is unfortunate. That bounty was dropped because he was assumed to have left the city.
Ah.
However, you have got another 300 gold for the retrieval and return of these magical weapons. So you have your character sheet. So he hands you over another small bag of gold.
Cool.
Yeah. And I just checked our records. Your buddy Vin is the last one that was at large. So that is actually a case closed. So I appreciate that very much. We'll have his record wiped from the wanted register. Have it noted down somewhere, not too public, just so that we can keep our eyes out for him if he pops up in the future.
I've got some plans for his involvement shortly, so he may well be cited, so I would appreciate it if you don't interfere more than strictly necessary.
If he gets arrested anywhere, is brought in alive at any point, we'll have it on record. He should be able to get released. Or at the very least, I can come contact you or Richard about it. Yeah. So, case closed on that one. If you do want to come see the hanging of those other two mages we caught, that is in a couple of days' time. And that will be the case closed completely. The other two fugitives that made out of the sewers.
Well, who were they? I didn't get a description of those two.
Well, they weren't known to be at large until a little bit afterwards. Badly burned by everything that happened. But, yeah, got caught heading for the swamps about, what, half an hour after we got down into the sewers.
Oh, crikey.
Yeah. As far as we know, that's the whole group.
Oh, super. Job done.
Right. Thanks very much for your service. And he is going to head off.
Hey, Dougie.
Yes.
What about that crazy old wizard dude who didn't go with the party? Like with the rest of the mages, he left way earlier on.
He did.
He stayed with the halflings.
No, I don't mean that guy. I mean, like, he left when we were in the prison. We went up. He vanished after that. He didn't come with us.
Yeah.
So you know that there is at least one mage that they don't know about because he's in the halfling village. And
Oh, okay, I see,
you
yeah.
know of the old man who they haven't. Well, he either died at some point or is about to be hanged.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Okay.
I don't want you to forget about that guy because he seemed really funny and evil.
Oh no,
And
I've got it noted down. Don't worry.
with a center.
Yeah.
So be on the center's radar.
Okay. So, doing a couple of rolls just now. I won't make you do all your perception checks for the rest because you're actually in a safe enough area that nothing is going to happen during the night.
Awesome.
So, with 1 or 2 points here and there on like rest failures throughout the day, you can all take a full long rest. Effective enough not to. So just gonna hit this in case any of you didn't have it up yet.
I am still half sleeping inside my hat though.
That is fine. That will negate the armor penalty. Oh yeah, we decided this off stream. I think Rotram has decided to reverse put on his hat at night, so he's gonna like stand in his hat, pull it up to his neck, so that he can still breathe, but is sort of like floating around in nothingness, so he doesn't get a penalty for his armor. And that decision will never come back to bite him.
It's kind of really comfy though.
So I'm just floating in
The
air.
comfiest? It's just a little bit comfier than like lying on armor. Like
I'm just thinking that just sounds like sleeping in space, just floating there.
yeah, a little bit.
Because we're in a safer spot, Smash would have had taken his armor off.
Cool.
Okay. Did Lieutenant Answorth have anything else to say, or was that just all done and finished?
He's pretty much dumbfounded by the whole ordeal. Would you say anything else to him before you leave? Because the Watcher's left at this point with all the stuff and giving you your rewards.
Probably I'll get it sorted. Mind if I go have a shower in the barracks?
Yeah, go have a shower. Oh, by the way, the horse is off record, so you can keep hold of that.
Fantastic, thank you so much.
It's literally been written off already. Yeah. I'll be honest, after the first couple of days, did not think I'd see you coming back. Or if I did see you coming back, I mean, this is the state I expected you to come back in, to be fair.
Yeah, what's the knight's motto? You have one in the law somewhere.
I do. It's tough to keep all this stuff in my head. Yeah, there is. If I haven't noted it down. Try to do this on like half the screen. It's on the side screen. Details. I'll open their page up now and it just won't be there. Yep, nope, didn't note it down. Awesome. It'll be in my notes somewhere.
Just go back through all the pre-recorded streams.
Oh, yeah, it'll be on there somewhere. So, yeah, he's just like...
Yeah, say that. You should say that to him.
Yeah, so... That's fair. You are aware you're not a knight anymore, right? You don't have to do this stuff.
Once a night, always a night.
Probably true.
If there's lack of something else to say, it would be ad Victorium.
But yeah, right. Yeah, you go get yourself showered and rested. If there's anything else, I'll catch up with you later and pass it on to you.
I'll be going for a early morning ride, just to try to acclimate the horse back into being around the city, the places she's been in the wild for a fair amount of time now. So just give her a bit of acclimation time. But I'll probably return to the White Ass by tomorrow evening.
All right. If there's anything that he's doing or sorting, I'll send word there then.
Fantastic.
Okay. I think we'll probably end the session there because I know people have got things to do tomorrow.
Just to make it simpler for the start of the next one, should wash up and then return to the party camp.
Okay, so that'll be you're actually going without a long rest then.
Yeah, I guess. You don't have anything to gain from a long rest anyway, I don't think.
It's those 2 hit dice, but I'll just mark them back off. It's not like you guys have been using hit dice that much, so shouldn't affect you too much.
Oh, I noticed that she had a long rest pop up.
I will also do experience now because like the period of time where you guys would take a long rest has gone. So, and most of you can take one. Okay. And I think that would be a good place to end for today. Come back to this next time as you guys are all headed back into the city together, hopefully. And I'm sure nothing else will ever go wrong.
I mean, like, we're practically in the city now.
You're right.
Yeah.
Nothing could possibly go wrong at this point. You're perfectly safe. Definitely. Right. Thanks everyone for watching. This stream, obviously, every single Sunday, same time. We have another stream on Wednesdays with a different group in the same world. So if you want to follow 2 parallel stories, feel free to catch up with that one. And yeah, see you next time.
Night.